Hello everyone, this is Yamin and welcome to Laravel e-commerce project tutorial for beginner. So in this tutorial, we are going to let admin add product from the admin panel. So first of all, let's go and have a product drop down over here. So for it, let's go back to our code and we'll go to our resource, use, then admin folder. And in the admin folder, we have sidebar.blade.php. So we'll go there and here, if we go down, here you can see example drop down. We're going to say here products, and here instead of page we're going to say add product. Let's save this. Then if we now refresh here, there you can see of the products option. If we click on products, we have this add product option. Right now let's go and create a table for the product in the database so that we can upload the product data in that certain table. So here you can see we have a database called e-commerce project. So in this database we are going to create a table called product. So for it, let's go back to our project location, or let's go back to our project, and here in the project directory we are going to open a command prompt. So we say here cmd, then press enter. So we open a command prompt and we are going to create a table and model at the same time. So for it, we need to run this command. We need to say here php artisan make clone. We'll say here model, and the model name will be product, p will be capital product, and after that we'll give over here -m. So if we write model and -m at the same time, it will create a product model and the migration at the same time. So right now let's press enter. So here you can see we created model and migration over here. So right now if we go to our code and then if we go to our app, inside app, here you can see model, and inside model there you can see we have a new model called product.php. And if we go to our database, then migrations, and in the migration you can see we have product table here. So in the product table we are going to add some columns. So for it we are going to say here $table, then this arrow sign. First we'll have a product title. So for it we'll say string, then for title we need to say here title, and let's just make it nullable. We'll say here nullable, then to first bracket like this, and after that let me just copy this, Ctrl C, and I'm going to paste it 4 times, 1 2 3 and 4. So after title we'll have description. So let's say here description, and here for description we're going to use long text. Long text will allow us to give a or to write a lot of text for description. And for product we also need image, then we also need price, category, we'll say here category, and we'll need one more, and that will be quantity. So let's say here quantity. I think that's all. So let's save this, and right now let's go to our command prompt and we're going to write this command php artisan migrate and press enter. So there you can see on table is migrated. So right now if we go back to our browser, then refresh our database, here you can see we have one more table here called product, and in the product we have title, description, image, price, category and quantity. So right now what we'll do is that when you click on this add product option, it will take us to another page with some input field. So let's go back to our code and we'll just close this on, and here in the sidebar you can see add product, and for this href we'll keep to second bracket, then we'll say here url to first bracket to single quotation. Let's say our url name will be add_product. Let's save this, and right now we'll go to our routes, then web.php, and we'll go down. Then let me just copy this route, Ctrl C, and we'll paste it over here. So here the route will be get, and here our url name is add_product. So let me just copy this and I'm going to paste it over here. We'll use the admin controller and the function name will be add_product. Let's save this, and then we'll go to our app, then http controller, then admin controller. So we'll go to our admin controller, then let's go down, and here we're going to say public function add_product to first bracket, then to second bracket. So from here, first of all we'll just return a simple view. We'll say here return view, and the view will be, let's say, admin dot add underscore product. So right now let's save this and we'll go to our admin folder. So we'll click on admin, then we'll click on new file, and here we're going to say add underscore product dot blade dot php, Ctrl S, then save. So here first of all let's can say simple HTML, and in the body we are going to say h1 tag add product. So right now in the sidebar we write add underscore product. So whenever someone click on this option add product, it will call this URL, and our URL will call our admin controller add product function, and our admin controller, this function will return us to this view admin dot add product, which is this one. So right now if we just refresh here, okay, I did a spelling mistake. So here in the admin controller return 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 view, let me refresh again, and if we click on product then add product, here you can see we are able to see the text add product. So here just like before we are going to have the admin panel design here. So for it let's go back to our code and we'll go to our index.blade.php, and from here I'm going to copy everything, Ctrl A, Ctrl C, then we'll go to our add product.blade.php. we are going to remove everything and paste whatever we just copied from the index.blade.php. So we'll paste it over here, then save it, and here you can see include admin.body. I'm going to remove this, save it, then refresh here this add product page. Here you can see we have the header and the sidebar and the body is empty. So in the body we're going to have some input field. So for it let's go back, and here we're going to mention a div, then in this div we're going to have a form. Let's say here form, then in this form let's mention another div. I'm giving this div because later we'll make some design. So in this div let's have a label will be title, or you can say product title. Then for this label we'll have an input field. So input type will be text and name will be title. So right now let me just copy this div and I'm going to paste over here, and after title we're going to say here label will be description, and for description we're going to use text area. We'll say here text area, and in the text area we need to mention a name, and the name will be description. And let's also mention one more thing, and that is required. We'll also mention required for description as well. And after this we are going to have price, product price, or we can just say here price. It will be text, that's fine, and name will be price. After price we are going to have quantity. We'll say here quantity, and for quantity let's say type will be number and title will be quantity, or we can say QTY. After that we'll have product category. So here I'm going to say category, and after that we'll say over here it will be product image, and for product image the type will be file and name will be image. We'll say here image, and for product category we are going to use select tag. So we'll say here select, and in this select we are going to have some option, and those option will come from the database table. So for now let's just say here ABC, and let's save this. And right now if we just refresh here, there you can see we have some input field here, but obviously we need to make some design. So let's first of all let's make it in the center, and at the top let's have a header that add product. So let's go back, and here you can see I mentioned a div over here at the beginning. So in this div I'll mention a class, and the class name will be div underscore deg. Let's go at the top, and here in the head section I'm going to say style. Then in this style we are going to say here dot div underscore design dg, then to second bracket. So here we are going to say display, it will be flex. Then let's say here justify content, it will be center. Then align items, it will be center as well. And let's also mention here margin top, it will be 60px. If we now save it, then refresh here, there you can see it is in the center. So at the top, let's have a text called add product. So for it, before this div, we are going to mention a h1 tag, and for this h1 tag, let's say here add product, and for this h1 let's write some simple css. So here we are going to say h1, then to second bracket. So for h1 tag, we are going to say here color, it will be white. And so right now let's save this, and if we now refresh here you can see add product. So let's go and fix the label here. So for it, let's go back, and here you can see there is a label for each input field. So we can just directly mention the label in the style, and we can write the style for label. So we say here label, then we say here width, it will be okay. Let's mention here display, it will be inline block. Then we'll say here width, it will be 200px or 250px. Let's mention font size, it will be, let's say 15px, and color, it will be white. If we now save, then refresh here, there you can see it looks different. Okay, the font size didn't change, but with inline block is working. So right now let's do one thing, that is instead of font size 15, let's make it 18, and let's make this important, and let's also make the color white important as well. Let's save it, then let me refresh. Okay, this is perfect. So right now let's just increase the input field height and width. So here you can see input type text, and we have input type text area. So here we are going to say first input, then to third bracket, and we say here type equal to, it will be text. Then we'll give to second bracket, let's say width, it will be 200px, and height, it will be 50px. Okay, type, and let's make the width 200px. Save, then refresh, and I think this is good enough. And we need to increase the text area size and input field size a little bit. So let's make the width will be 350px, and we are going to say here text area, then to second bracket, and for the text area we are going to say width will be 450px. We can also mention here height, it will be 80px. Save, then refresh, and there we go. So right now we should have a space among each text field. So for it, what we are going to do is, here we have a div for each input field. So here we are going to mention a class, and the class name will be input underscore design, let's say, and input input underscore design. Let me just copy this class, and let me select every div over here, then quantity, category, and product image. So we'll paste the class name here, then we'll go at the top, and here we're going to say dot input underscore dg to second bracket. We'll just add a padding, let's say padding will be 15px. Save, refresh, and there you go. So right now we're going to have a add button over here. So for it, let's go back, then let me just copy this div, then paste it here. So we are going to have a submit button. So for submit button, we need to say input type submit, and it will have a value. Value will be add product, and for the submit button we are going to have a push tab class. So the class name will be btn success. Save, then refresh, and there you go. So right now when we write something over here and click on the add product button, it will upload the product data to the product table. But before that, I already mentioned that we'll show the product category from the category table. So here if we go to our categories table, there you can see we have some category name over here, or if you go to the category, there you can see we have 4 category over here. So we're going to show those category from the category table over here. So we are going to show the category data from the category table. So for it, what we need to do is here in the admin controller, from here we are returning the view admin.product. So here what we'll do is that we are going to mention a variable, let's say $category equal to, we'll get all the category data, and in order to get all the category data we already mentioned at the top the category model. So we are going to say here category, then double clone all, then we'll send this category data to this view. So for it we need to say comma compact, then we'll say here category, then save it, and after that we'll go to our add product.blade.php, and here you can see we have a select option over here. So we'll keep the first select option empty. We'll say here select a option, then we are going to mention another option here, and here in this option before it we are going to mention a for each loop. We'll say here at the rate of for each to first bracket, and from the admin controller we are sending the category data. Here you can see, so here we need to say at the rate of for each $category as $category, and this for each loop will end after this option. So we say here at the rate of end for each, then in this option we'll give to second bracket like this, then we just need to mention this $category, then this arrow sign, and we are going to mention the category name. So here in the category table, if you go to the category table, here you can see category name is written over here, category underscore name, like this. So here we are going to say category underscore name. So if we now save it, then if we now refresh here, there you can see select option. If we click on it, we are able to see men's, women, toys and electronics, which are coming from the database table. So right now let's go back to the code, and here you can see, okay, let me just have this for each loop over here, and here in this option we need to mention a value in order to upload it to the database table. So in this value all we need to do is we just need to copy this and paste this over here like this. So whenever someone select a option over here, let's say woman, then click on add product, then this value will be sent to the controller in order to upload that certain data. And here in the select option we are going to say required, and for the select option we also need to mention a name here as well. So let's say here name will be category. I hope I am clear. Let me just make it look easier for you to understand. The select will start from here to here, and in the select we have the option. This is just a default option that select a option, and for this option the value is empty, and over here we are showing the data from the database table. So right now what we want is whenever someone input their data and click on add product, we want this data to be uploaded to the product table. So for it, here we have the form. So in this form we are going to say action, then we'll say here method will be post, and since we also want to upload a image, you can see we want to upload an image. So for image we need to say here enc type equal to, it will be multipart / form data, like this. You need to write it like this, and we need to say here at the rate of CSRF. And in this action we are going to give to second bracket, then we say here URL to first bracket to single quotation, and we need to give a URL name. Let's say the URL name will be upload underscore product. Let's save this, and right now we are going to create a URL for this in the web.php. So let's go to our web.php and let me just copy this, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. So our route will be post. So we say here post because we mention over here method is post and our URL name is upload underscore product. So here we are going to say upload underscore product. We'll use the admin controller and the function name will be upload underscore product, like this. So right now let's go to our admin controller and create this function. We'll go to our admin controller and here we're going to say public function upload underscore product to first bracket. Then we need to say here request dollar request. Then we'll give to second bracket. We need to say this request dollar request because this is a post method. So here before we write anything, first of all we want to upload data to the product table. And in order to upload data to the product table, what we need to do first is we need to mention the product model at the top of our admin controller. So here you can see in the app we have the models, and in the models we have product.php. So here let me just copy this and paste it over here. It will be app models then product.php. So it will be app models then product, like this. So once you mention the model name, you'll be able to have access to the product table. So right now let's go down and here let's declare a variable. Let's say $data equal to, we'll mention the model name which is product, but before that we'll mention new because we want to upload a new data. Then we'll say here product semicolon, and after that we're going to say $data, this arrow sign, and here after this $data we need to mention the name from the database table. So here you can see in the database table for the product title, here you can see the name is, column name is title. So here we are going to mention title equal to, then we are going to mention this $request here, then we'll give this arrow sign, and after that here you can see in the add product we write over here name equal to title. So we need to write this name in our admin controller here. So we say here title. After title we are going to mention the description. Let me just directly copy this and paste it here. So this one will be description. So we say here description. So just remember that this one will come from the database table and this one will come from the view, which is this one. So after description let's have the price. So we are going to say here price. After price let's mention the quantity. Let's say here quantity. After quantity we are going to have the category. So we are going to say here category, and we'll upload the image a little later. Let's just save this for now. So we'll say here $data, this arrow sign, save. And after saving data we want to keep the user on the same page. So we say here return redirect to first bracket, this arrow sign, back. So we will be uploading title, description, price, quantity and category. And I think over here in the view I write name equal to QTY. So here I need to write here QTY, request QTY. Okay, so right now let's save this and let me just refresh here. And right now here I'm going to give a product title. Let's say here test, description will be test, price will be let's say 30 or 300, then quantity will be 12. Let's select the option from here. Let's say it will be men's. And right now if I click on add product, there you can see our web page reloaded. And if we now refresh our product table, let me just zoom in. Here you can see we have title, description, price, category and quantity data here, and the image is empty because we didn't upload an image. So right now let's go and write the code in order to upload the image. So in order to upload the image, first of all, here after this category we are going to declare a variable. Let's say the variable name will be $image equal to, we first of all get the image. So in order to get the image we need to mention this request. So we say here $request, then this arrow sign, and from the blade we keep the image name equal to image. So we are going to mention here image, and here we are going to give a if condition. If $image, it means we are saying if there is any image, then in this if condition we are going to upload that image. So first of all we are going to keep the image a unique name. So for it, let's go and mention a variable. Let's say image name equal to, we'll mention a time function. So we'll say over here time to first bracket dot again dot, and we'll give two single quotation, and in this single quotation we'll give a dot, and after this dot we are going to mention this $image. So we'll give this $image, then this arrow sign. After that we'll say get client, C will be capital, original will be capital, then extension, and then to first bracket, and make sure that the spelling is correct. A lot of people make mistake while writing this. Okay, so you need to write it like this, and after it we are going to set $request, this arrow sign image. This request image is basically this one, then this arrow sign, then we'll say here move to first bracket to single quotation, and here we are actually going to save our image in our public folder. So here you can see in the public folder, let's say the folder name will be product, or let's say products. Then we need to give a comma, and then after this comma we need to mention this $image name. So we'll mention the $image name, but let me just explain what is happening. So here first of all we are getting the image from the blade, and then we are storing the image data in this image variable, and if there is any image it will come over here. And first of all we are going to give the image a unique name using time function, and the time function is using milliseconds. So that's why every image will always have unique name, and we'll store that name in this image name variable. After that we are going to move that image in the product folder, which will be in the public folder, and the name will be this one, whatever our time function give the image a name. And after that all you need to do is we need to mention this $data, or you can say this $data. So we are going to mention this $data, this arrow sign, and here we are going to mention that table column name for image. So here in the table column, here you can see image column name is image, right? So we are going to mention this image here, then equal, and then we are going to mention this image name, because we are mentioning this unique image name because the image we are storing in the product folder will have the same name, and that is all for uploading the image. So we need to write on 2, 3, 4 line of code in order to upload our image. So let's save this and let's go back to our browser. Let me refresh. Let's give a title. Let's say white t-shirt, and let me give a description here, white t-shirt, and price will be 350, quantity will be 52. Let's choose a option, it will be men's. Let's choose the image, let's say this one for now. Click open and then click here add product. It's reloading. Okay, image is on null. Okay, I made a spelling mistake here. It will be data, not date. $data. Let's save it again. Let me refresh and click continue, confirm form resubmission, and there you can see data is uploaded. So right now if we refresh our database table, there you can see we have the title, description, and we have a image name over here, price, categories men's, and quantities 52. So right now if we go to our code, then if we go to our public folder, it will automatically create a folder for us. Here you can see products, and here you can see we have an image over here. So right now, just like before, after uploading the data, let's show a success message over here that image uploaded or product uploaded successfully. So for it, we already install toaster notification in our Laravel project. So I'm just going to copy this from here, toaster timeout, and I will paste it over here. After save, $data save, and instead of category, we're going to say here product added successfully. Save, then refresh, and here let's say it will be women cloth, and description will be women cloth, price will be, let's say, 423, quantity will be 33. Let's choose an option called women. Let's choose a picture from here. Let's choose this one for now. Click open, then click on add product. It's reloading, and it is also showing us the success message that product added successfully. And if we now refresh our database table, there you can see everything is over here. You can see category is women. So let me just show you the image as well. If you go to our product table, we have this image. So this is all for this tutorial. In the next tutorial, we are going to show the data from the product table in the admin panel. So thank you very much for watching. If you have any question or any problem or suggestion, just let me know in the comment section. Make sure to subscribe, and I hope to see you in the future tutorials.